Hi planner friends, it's Marsha with Buy Sell Plan. Welcome back. So as you all know from a previous video, I have this cloth and paper spiral bound planner with the, I think this is called vertical. And I had asked if you guys would like me to show you how I'm going to set this up as a wellness planner for 2021. And quite a few of you said yes. So guess what I just did? I just set this up thinking I was recording. I wasn't recording. Oh my goodness. I'm so embarrassed and frustrated because I went through a great explanation on what I was doing. But you know what? That's okay. I'm going to show you what it is and kind of what brought me to how I set this up. So I had these Post-its or sticky notes throughout on each page with ideas on what I'm going to use them for. Okay, because I put a lot of thought into this based on my wellness goals and how I've been tracking my wellness and how I can incorporate this into my setup. So what I've been doing is I've been using these health and fitness trackers by Franklin Planner for many years. So I track my water up here, put the day of the week here, and what I'm eating each day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, okay? Down here, I put this number down here indicates what day of my cycle that I'm on, because based on hormonal changes as the month goes on, it affects my digestion, my moods, my energy, and body pain based on, I'm in physiotherapy for my hip, pelvic floor, things like that. So where I'm in my cycle affects all of that. So I track everything because if I have a relapse or if I have IBS, so if I have a stomach flare up as well, then I can go back, because it could be anything I've eaten within the last 3 days, could be caused from the level of stress that I'm under, what have you. So I track everything. Okay, and then on the back is a spot for exercise and then goals and notes. So I indicate what I do for exercise, but what I find is that there isn't really a lot of room to indicate like detailed exercises that I do. So for example, physiotherapy, when I go and visit, and because I'm progressing, then he gives me more exercises to do. So there isn't room to write down what all of those exercises, sometimes it takes me 45 minutes to complete my exercises. And so I don't always, I don't write those down. So there just isn't enough room. And then down here, I write down how I'm feeling each day after I exercise. Okay, so then I thought, well, since I have this planner, how can I make this even more detailed? So then I brainstormed on that. So at the beginning of each month, I'll show you a blank month here, February. There's a grid page at the beginning of each month. Okay, so I decided to use that for habits. And these are the habits that I want to be consistent with. So reading, unplugging, yoga, journaling, hydration, physiotherapy for my hip, and physiotherapy for my pelvic floor. And then I just made 1 through 31, and then I'll just color those in on the days that I do those. So then I have a snapshot of the whole month on how consistent I am. And that will help me see like, oh, I had a lot less pain. Well, look, it's because I was really consistent with physio. Hydration really affects pain too. And when I go to my appointments, physiotherapy, chiropractic care, things like that, one thing they're always talking about is how's your hydration, because that really does affect things. And then, you know, the other things too, that those all factor into health and well-being. So anyhow, I decorated a little bit with stickers. I used to be a very decorative planner with Happy Planner and Passion Planner, and I don't use those anymore, and I de-stash a lot of my stuff. But there's a few sticker books that I absolutely love by the Happy Planner that I just can't get rid of. And I think, you know, I'm going to use them. I will find a way to use them. So I brought them out for this. And that's what these are. This page, I have no idea what I'm going to use this page for. I figure I could put my goals for the month there, but then I'm not using this for important dates. This is health and wellness. I don't really need to track that. Maybe like chiropractor appointments, you know, health appointments, but I put those in my planner. So I don't think I need that. And then bills, I'm not going to track bills here. And then to-dos, there really aren't to-dos for health and wellness, in my opinion. But if you guys have ideas on this, please share with me, because it seems a waste to just leave it blank. Now for the monthly spread, this is going to be a good place to just have a snapshot of what I do for exercise. I know it might seem a little redundant because I'm going to be tracking what I do here. However, this is nice to have one place where I can see the entire month. So these numbers here notate what day of my cycle that I'm on. And then over here, I'm notating based on where I am in my cycle, because I have been tracking this for many years, where my energy level is at. So for example, the week leading up to my cycle starting, it's a good, that's a time of month where I hunker down and I'm just so motivated to get things done. So unfinished projects, meetings, things like that. And my energy is really high in this week. So I have to be mindful of not overdoing it, because if I do overdo it, I will have a relapse with pain, or I'm also still recovering from adrenal fatigue from years and years of burnout with exercise and stress on my body physically and mentally. So I still have to be mindful. Sometimes I don't know when I'm overdoing it, and I don't realize it until I'm, kind of out of commission. Because I didn't pay attention. So anyhow, this is as a reminder for the week leading up to my cycle. Like, yes, get things done, take advantage of your energy, but still be mindful. And then the week of my cycle, more stretching, more low intensity movements, because my energy is drastically affected. And then as the month goes on, I start to increase my movements, still lots of stretching, lots of physiotherapy, and then again, my activity going high, take advantage, get things done. So these are just reminders, because, in your living life and just the day-to-day, you're busy. Sometimes, you forget to look at the calendar and go, okay, where am I? I feel really good this month or this week. What's going on? Or why am I so tired? So this is a good reminder to pay attention to that. So I only go up to day 28 because my cycle can begin anywhere between day 26 to day 31. So I'm usually safe going to day 28. Usually starts at there. And then I start over with day 1 and so on. So yeah, sorry for all the men watching if that's too much information for you. And just a little sticker here, focus on you, the routine, because this is my routine every single month. And then what I'm going to be doing is just putting what I did for exercise on that given day. So then that's just like I said, a nice snapshot, because as it stands right now, like if I have a relapse, let's say, or why am I so tired? I'm having to flip several pages. So I like the idea of just coming to the month and seeing, okay, where am I right now? Oh, that's why I was so, so good that week and not so good this week, and so on. So, yeah, we'll see how this works. And then for the weekly, I put my top 3 priorities. I love that each week there's a spot for your top 3 priorities. So obviously this is my wellness planner. These are going to be my top 3 priorities for wellness. So exercising, walking, like hiking, things like that, or treadmill, but like to get a good sweat, because I do have good energy during this week. Because again, I reflected back to that's going to be this particular week here, so I know where I'm at on that week. And then these here are going to be for me to just draw in a smiley face or a sad face or what have you, just like what was my mood that day, how did I feel? And this is going to be detailed exercises that I do, not necessarily reps and sets and all that kind of jazz. It's more just the actual exercises that I'm doing. Before becoming a realtor 4 years ago, I worked in the fitness industry for 23 years, and I started off as a personal trainer and aerobics instructor, and then I got more into the business side of things and sales, marketing, and all of that. So health and fitness has been a part of my life since I was 16 years old. So it's not hard for me to fit fitness in. It's in my, it's such a routine for me. It's ingrained in me. However, being in the fitness industry, it was heavily focused on weight loss and, doing intense exercises and increasing intensity over time and all of that. And I'm finding as I get older, it just doesn't work for me. I'm having to change my mindset around health and fitness. So I'm taking more of a wellness approach and listening to my body and only doing what my body needs in terms of nourishment, exercise, rest, all of that kind of stuff. So that's what this is about. So I don't need the room for reps and sets, like set 1, I did this many reps and this much weight, and then set 2 and set 3 and that sort of thing. That's not what this is about for me. I don't exercise like that anymore. So this is just to jot down so that I can see, yes, we do need to progress. So if I'm, you know, with my physiotherapy exercises, if I'm doing 2 sets and after a couple of weeks, you know, the 20 repetitions that I'm doing is not a challenge anymore, then I'd talk to my physiotherapist about that. Okay, do I need to make this more challenging, or do I just continue as I go? Because I believe in, you know, whatever goals that you have, if you have a coach to help you, or even if you're doing it yourself, you got to check in with yourself or check in with your coach to see, like, should I be progressing? It's very much teamwork. That's the word I'm looking for. Teamwork. You can't just rely on other people to tell you what you need to do. You have to be in tune with yourself as well. So that's what this is going to be about for me. And then the very last page of each month is just a page for notes. So I'm not decorating that, I'm just leaving that as is. And I figured this spot here I will probably use for fitness ideas, wellness ideas, notes from physiotherapy appointments, things like that. So this is just going to be like, it's not going to be pretty. It's just, you know, use it as I go. So that's what that will be, or maybe even a recap of the month. Not really sure, so just leave that alone. And then I'll decorate these. I may not decorate, we'll see. But I'll fill these in as I go. So there you go. That's an explanation of my health and wellness planner. I hope that was helpful for you. It's going to be nice and quick because you didn't have to watch me decorate. So there you go. Definitely let me know if you have ideas for this page. I would love some ideas on that. And yeah, if you have any questions about health and wellness, please let me know. Do you track your health and wellness? How do you plan or track to make sure that you take care of yourself? Always looking for ideas when it comes to health and wellness. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video. Bye.